As I promised in the ASRock Phantom Gaming A620i Lightning Wi-Fi motherboard, we're going to take a look at the TEAMGROUP's T-Force Delta RGB DDR5 2x 48GB at 6800 MHz. And it's going to be interesting because this is the first time that I'm actually checking out 2x 48GB of memory modules in general. So quite curious what will be the results. So I tested out on 3 motherboards. So we have the one that I already mentioned, ASRock Phantom Gaming A620i Lightning Wi-Fi. Then we have the ASRock B650E Tai-Chi Lite, and finally MSI MPG B650 Edge Wi-Fi as well. So 3 boards, 3 different results, and I think I know what's the reason, but we'll get to that part later on. So what we got here is, well, standard design. You can't go wrong with Deltas from TEAMGROUP, and without a doubt they really do look appealing even with the RGB turned on or static color or whatever you wish to have in your personal PC build. It's all up to you. But what we got here is also some features when we're talking about the RGB colors, and you have 120 degrees ultra wide lighting. It supports Intel XMP 3.0 for one-click overclocking, power management ICs equipped for, of course, stable, efficient power usage. Then we have straightened PMIC cooling design, on-die ECC, and smart RGB IC controller that supports different types of RGB lights. Additionally to that, what I need to mention to you guys is we have Hynix DRAM. Package type is monolithic 82 ball FPGA. And unfortunately, that's the only information that I managed to take out of these RAMs, because I think they are M-die. And I was reading up a bit about that in terms of A-die, B-die, and M-die. And M-die is basically the only one that can support high frequency and high capacity of your RAMs. And this is most likely it. Samsung dies can't so far do that. And apparently, apart from the DDR4 where Samsung did an incredible job with the dies, here they can't accomplish high frequency with high memory modules when we're talking about capacity. So in those terms, what is there left to say is to check out the speeds. Now, as already stated, I was going to test, and I did test, TEAMGROUP T-Force Delta RGB on A620i paired up with 7600X from AMD. Now, the speeds will definitely shock you. Read speeds go up to 59,900 megabytes per second, write speeds go up to 88,151, and copy goes up to 61,262. Latency is 89.7 nanoseconds and the CL is 36. Now, the interesting part is that the stock frequency, 5600 MHz with the CL46 on MSI MPG B650 Edge Wi-Fi and 7900 X3D, read speeds go up to 67,054, write speeds go up to 70,736, and copy goes up to 60,874. Latency 95.5. Now, the only reason why I'm showing you the results with stock frequency on this motherboard is that even with the BIOS update, I couldn't boot up the system with these RAMs on that motherboard from MSI. Unfortunately, I had to stick with that and just leave it up as it is. And just to clarify, I updated the BIOS on all 3 motherboards to the latest version just to get everything working properly and to get proper results, so I don't mess up something. But then I placed it on B650E Tai-Chi Lite, again paired it up with 7900 X3D, and the read speeds go up to 86,208, write speeds go up to 98,170, and the copy goes up to 90,842. Latency is 85.6 CL, you already know. So what's here the problem? Unfortunately, it's not with the RAMs. I think we still have loads of issues with DDR5 and in general variety of motherboards. I think when we're talking about A620i, even though it states it can push up to 7200 MHz, apparently it has problems with these RAMs altogether in the combination with the motherboard and the design of the motherboard, because it says it supports 7200 MHz, it says it supports 96 gigabytes of memory modules, but these ones apparently aren't that compatible. So qualified vendor list, do check it out, just so you don't buy anything wrong in those terms, and basically you miss out on, well, you spend too much money grabbing the correct module. So always, if you have a motherboard, check the qualified vendor list. Why did it work on B650 Taichi Lite but not in the full spectrum of the speed? Because usually even lower capacity with lower frequency but better CL does perform much better. I think in those terms, when we can't discuss the speeds, it's not only about the memory modules, it's also in terms of motherboard support for each memory stick, and it goes into those terms where they still need to work on DDR5, not the memory manufacturers, but the motherboard manufacturers, and updating BIOS and all the other stuff. So that's it. I mean, I can't say anything else. When we're talking about deltas in general, they have that slick design when we're talking about the heatsink. Quite nice design on the, and not only the design, but also diffused LEDs, which do look quite nice. I know in terms when I record them with for the B-roll to give you more close-ups of the RAMs, it tends to look that you can see the individual LED, but it's not like, I don't know, some other brands that had issues with showing the exact individual LED, even not only with camera, but with the naked eye, still you could see. On these ones, it's nicely diffused and you don't have to worry. If you're concerned about 2 times 48 gigabytes, but you still want to have these ones, you can always go with 2 times 32, 2 times 16, and just go with varieties of clock speeds. It's all up to you to decide, of course. But in general, if you think these will be suitable for you, I'll just leave the link in the description, and it's all up to you if you think that's alright. You can check it out. TEAMGROUP T-Force Delta RGB 2 times 48 gigabytes 6800 MHz CL36, and I think when everything is sorted with the motherboards, I think these will outperform everything that I tested so far. Maybe not literally everything, but most of the competitors it will. So guys, that's it for today. A bit shorter video, but I couldn't take out all the information about the RAMs, even with 3 different applications that take out all the information about the die, about the DRAM manufacturer, and all the other stuff. It is what it is. So guys, thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for future content coming quite shortly. Thanks. Bye bye.